This is an advanced USB tester, and I will show you all the features of this device. This device is packed in this nice box. We have a big screen, we have PC input that we can use to communicate with the PC or to power this device without measuring the input power. If you are measuring other ports, we can power this device so it won't shut off when we change, for example, quick charge mode. And we have buttons on the top. We can press this button, we can move it and press it left, move it and press it right, and we can press this back button. And these are the controls. We have USB-A input, USB-A output, USB-C input, micro USB input, and Type-C output, and also power delivery. We can turn on and off it for this device. So let's see all the features of this device. For powering this device, I will use the power bank, so it will be independent power source into the PC input. And here is the first screen. We have voltage, current, and power. We have zeros right now because nothing is connected. Not the USB-A, not the USB-C, and not micro. So let's, for example, connect this to the USB-A output, and now we have 5 volts. This is the simplest view that we have available in this device, but we have much more advanced view available, and I will show you them. Second view is more advanced. Here we have more advanced view for measuring the battery capacity. We can see the ampere hours and watt hours of the device. So this is the view that we leave the device for a few hours to charge it fully and see how much energy you get into it. And we will see later also additional function to calculate the battery capacity. And we can save up to 10 records in this view. Here we have a voltage and current graph. We can zoom in and zoom out by moving it left or right and holding like this. I now zoom out this view, and in this screen we can also change the graph for others. If we hold the button, now we have D plus and D minus graph. One more time, if we hold, we have V bus, and one more hold, we have voltage and current graph. And here we have all the other settings. Let's start from the fast charging view. The simple but really important thing is this first option, automatic detection. Now I will test this USB-A output of this device. What protocols does it offers? And we can see we have quick charging and other protocols available for fast charging our devices. And for comparison, let's see the USB-C output, and let's again turn it on. And we have the results. We can see almost everything is green, only on the bottom some less known things are red, but we have power delivery 3.0, 100 watts available. This is the most important information, and also all the fast charging protocols for our smartphones and other devices. Also we have power delivery trigger and many other triggers like quick charge trigger, and I will show you how they work like. Let's connect to the output this simpler USB tester, and we will see we have 5 volts right now, and I can move it, and now I have 9 volts output, 12 volts, 15, 20, or a custom one. I can from 3.3 volts up to 25 volts set precisely what voltage do I want on the output. 3.3 is too low for this device to work, but you can see if I need, for example, 6.5 volts, I can select it and I have 6.5 volts on the output. Useful thing that we can precisely trigger what we need, and we have on the top 100 watts, the maximum power that we have available right here. And let's see for comparison quick charge trigger. We go back and we have right here quick charge 3.0. So let's disconnect this, disconnect this and this, and connect to the USB-A, and now go to USB 3.0, And let's connect this other tester. We can see 5 volts right now, and I can move it. For example, I need 7 volts, and we have 7 volts right here on the output. And the same thing is with the other protocols. These two are the most known, the quick charge and power delivery, so I showed you them, but you can also use the same way other protocols. Statistics, we can see the statistics of charging, the thing I showed you on the second screen, that we could measure the capacity of devices. Here I have 2 records set from 10. You can see the amp hours, watt hours and time. Simple list of all the recordings that we have saved. Here we have a battery calculator. We can set the battery voltage and charging efficiency, and it will calculate us how many ampere hours does the device have. So in this example, if the device that I charge had 3.7 volts battery and 90% efficiency of charging, it will have 12,000 milliampere hours. So easy calculator for calculating battery capacity. And last thing, we have offline recording. When we are charging device, we can record the voltage and power curve. And I've recorded one example charging for a few minutes, and we can play this graph how it look like, and we can record it from few minutes to a few hours. And next option, toolbox. Here we have many options available. First option is cable resistance detection. So I will show you how it works and how to test it. First, we connect this device directly to the charger, and this device output to the constant current power receiver. And we set, for example, for 1 amp, they recommend between half and 1 amps of constant current and 5 volts. So we set it and save it as a reference. Now let's turn it off. And let's connect this device using cable that we want to test. For example, I will test this cable. So I disconnect the device, connect my cable to the same power source, and connect the cable to the input, and turn on this constant current source. And we have the readings, 177 milliohms of the resistance have this cable. And this is working only for USB-A to USB-C or USB-A to micro USB mode. We cannot use it for a USB-C to USB-C cable because we need to first connect this device using this USB-A input to set the reference voltage. Next we have power delivery listener, but I'm not sure how it is working. I've tried to make it work, but I'm not sure how it is working. I will give you the screenshot from the manual how it should work. And next we have power delivery converter. Let's, for example, connect this into this USB-A output, and when we turn it on, we can see that we can convert this quick charge USB-A output to the power delivery output from this device. Next we have a USB-C marker. We can check the cables. For example, I have this cable. I can connect this to the output, and we have the results. We have USB 2.0 speed, 1 to 2 meters long, max 20 volts, and 5 amps of current. We can also read dash from the cables. I'm not sure if I have a cable with the dash, but if you do, you can use this function. And we have additional 2 options right here. And the last screen is settings. We can set things like brightness, standby brightness, standby time, refresh, records, triggers. We can restore fabric settings, and we can see the version of this device and some other information. And also we can connect this device to the PC or the mobile phone. So I will show you the program. This is the app. We can see some information right here, the graph, the voltages. We can start, stop, change the scale, and set the trigger, calculate battery capacity, and few other things. Let's connect this device to the PC. Here we have the program. We can read the values. We can create the graphs right here. We can trigger protocols and set the list of the triggers that we can change voltages and triggers every few seconds, every few minutes if you want to. And we have the system information right here. So if you need advanced settings and options, you can also connect this device into the PC. So this is advanced device for testing USB chargers and cables, and you can really easily check all the available protocols in your chargers. And that's all for today. Like, subscribe, and be nice.